Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is...
All right, Larry, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Tonight, we kick off the preseason with a good matchup right away between the Dallas Cowboys and the Los Angeles Rams. Dan Bailey now to put the ball in the air, and we are underway here in Los Angeles. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Goff on first down. Over the middle, it's caught by Rodgers. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make it a second down. Out of the gun, Goff. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Goff finding fellow second-year man Higbee for a Rams first down.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses, catch the ball, how much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. They run, it's Gurley. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
To throw on second down is Goff. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll get it down here to the 43. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
On first down, it's Gurley. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. To throw is Goff. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks.
Back live now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Rams with a football to get us going. And they're driving, but they come up on a 3rd and short here. Now it's Brown. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. Now Mannion with his first toss since coming in. Going to throw right side here, complete. A gain of 6 there on first.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Remain in a scoreless first half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll check in with Larry Ridley for highlights and analysis of our first half of play. Now, not too many highlights yet, at least in terms of scoring plays, that is.
Yeah, but hang in there. We might get something these last 2 minutes.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Throwing is Mannion. He's going to get this to Austin complete. Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first thanks to a flashy little spin move. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. It's picked up by the Cowboys. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. Past the 20. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. And first, we're going to get a timeout as the defense will talk this over. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
Dan Bailey now for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be knocked down sideways. And the Rams getting set to go now. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
Here's Mannion. Throwing right, and that's complete. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Over the middle, Cooper with it. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. A dump off for Davis. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down. He'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
And now here come the Cowboys. And where the ball is now, you got the field goal pretty much in the bag. Now do you try for the end zone a couple of times?
I don't think there's any question about it. You might get a gift of 6 points rather than the 3 that you just noted that you feel like you already have. Be aggressive, go after it, and try and get those points.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And down inside the 15 he goes. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Here we go now. 3-19.
He'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And Bailey able to knock it through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So they get the 3, increase their lead to close out the half.
Excellent way to end a drive, going to the locker room with a little bit of extra momentum after adding 3 to their total.
Now after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. It's a short kick, taken at the 15. So we have reached halftime. Boy, rough crowd. No football for 6 months already. We're skipping halftime. All right, let's get right back to the action. We're set for quarter 3. This will be fielded at the 8. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Second half starts with a carry by Elliott. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37. Remaining here on 2nd down.
All right, here we go. Watch him now, Barney. Watch him now, Barney. Set. Green.
He'll drop to throw. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool him, right? Tried to trick him. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Nikel Roby-Coleman. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a quarterback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Green 39! Green 39!
Now Davis. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brandon, that play typifies what we've seen from the offense all day long. They've had no success getting things going. I think for the offensive coordinator, he's got to go to that side of the play sheet that says, try something different. Try some specials, something they haven't seen all day to try and get this offense kick-started.
Seven yards to go on 2nd down.
Here we go now.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Then the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
You know, if this is the regular season, partner, we'd be talking about just how costly a mistake that was, but probably good for him to get it out of his system right now.
Just hope for him and the team it's not a sign of things to come.
Yeah, without a doubt. Plus, got to worry about making the team. Those types of errors don't help you.
The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it now because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
See if they stay on the ground for second down.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Everyone's got 4.
Now back to throw. That's caught by his rookie tight end. It's Gerald Everett. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Well, he made that catch knowing full well that at the end of it, he's going to catch a pretty good lick.
I guess if there's anyone on this team that can absorb a pop, it's him. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the fourth and final quarter. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
They'll drop the throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Cooper. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Back to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. And fortunately, he's able to reel it back in, but it's going to go down as a big loss here on the play.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score.
All right, here we go.
Back to throw here. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. 20, 10, touchdown LA. Pharaoh Cooper, 62 yards. And the Rams are able to get back within a touchdown. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. Bottom line, he's got to figure things out. He's completed 3 passes, but 2 of them have been to the wrong team so far.
And when we talk about the best quarterbacks, we're usually talking about touchdown to interception ratio, aren't we? And 2 to 1 is acceptable, but the top line guys 3 to 1 or better is what they're looking for. Now we're talking about interceptions versus completions. That's not a ratio should ever be in any discussion.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Again, it's Elliott. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards, and it'll be 3rd down.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Third down now following the run.
Let's go! 319! 319!
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. And the Rams are going to go ahead and take another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Able to push his way through. He won't go down. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Yeah, they practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect.
Here we go now.
Back to throw. This one caught left side by Cooper. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Back to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks at the 49. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
And they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. And with the clock ticking under 50 seconds now, he spikes it. They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Malik Collins in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Bringing the pressure again, and that is his third sack here tonight. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick here is good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now a play fake here on first down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Detroit, here we go. Detroit. 3-19. Back 99 Philly, here we go.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They start on the ground with Elliott. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. First down now, but that clock rolling.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. You know, some of those guys down there, if not all of them, are probably thinking it's preseason. Do we need overtime here?
Yeah, the people who need it and actually want it are guys on the fringe trying to make the team, want extra plays, get the attention of their coaches. But really, overall, no one involved in the NFL wants to play overtime in preseason.
But here we are, so seize the opportunity, I guess. Room to run past midfield. He's got Thompson here, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And give him a gain of 37. Well, in overtime, I think Coach is always wondering, where's that magic line for my kicker? They're already in field goal range after that big play.
I'm glad you brought that up because that magic line can change throughout the game. It's constantly being updated by teams. It starts with pregame. Okay, how do you feel? As the game goes on, they might ask him again, still feel that same number? Is it a different number? Right hash, left hash, what do you need? And that goes into the play calling in OT.
And down inside the 15 he goes. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Offensively, back-to-back really nice plays. This defense had got 2 timeouts. Maybe should burn one.
Yeah, when you get back-to-back explosive plays, to me, anything over 10 yards, I don't care if it's a run or a pass, I count it as an explosive play. That sets your defense back on its heels. A timeout here would be a good idea and try and get themselves settled because we're in OT. This is big time.
Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this will be caught. It's a touchdown. An absolute stunned silence here as they have come in and stolen this one in overtime. A partner